friends, this is Kamal Shah from Swecharts Consultancy Private Limited. Swecharts is into training on technical analysis, and we had started with series of videos on technical analysis. The first series was Introduction to Technical Analysis. The second series was Introduction to Candlesticks, and this is the third series, which is Introduction to Support and Resistance, in which the first video we did cover what is basics of support and resistance, and we understood what is a market cycle. Hope you guys have gone through all those videos. If not, please go through them so that you can understand the technical analysis step by step. Right? In this particular video, we are going to talk about the types of support and resistance. So let's see the first type. It's called as the peaks or the trough. So these are going to be the first type of support and resistance, which is the previous peaks and troughs. This nothing but also known as tops and bottom of the price, right? So this can be the previous tops and bottoms of the price. Commonly, if you have heard about the things said in many of the technical terms as double top, double bottom, or triple top, triple bottom. So this means, which we just saw in the basics of support and resistance, where we had the price moving in a fashion like just up and down. So if I have to redraw something, which we did in that particular video, right? So I'll go to the home screen, I go to the line, and this is something what I call as right. So this is the trough, this is the peak. Again, at the same level, if the price comes, we might see a similar reaction maybe onto the price, and that can be like going down again till the trough. So this is nothing but the support and the resistance. So this becomes your trough or your bottoms, and this becomes the top or your previous peaks, which acts as supply zone and thus resistance. Hope this part of the first type of support and resistance is clear. Then we move on to the second type of the support and resistance, which is said as round numbers, right? So round numbers, basically when we say about stock market, we need to relate it with the people behind it, which are humans, and we as human have got a particular pattern of thinking. Now, for example, if I ask you to buy something at around 145, the first target you might think about selling that particular stock would be around 175, 200, 250. So that's what we keep thinking about, is a round number, right? So that can be around, say, 10, 100, or before 100 I can just say 50, and so on. So this all becomes your major support and resistance. So whenever we see something which is around approaching a round number, we might see that it might resist that round number. And if it is, say, it was been traded around 1025 to 1050 levels, and if it comes towards 1000, we might see it bouncing from that. So that is what are the key levels in markets, because round numbers are normally the mind thinking patterns that a human thinks about, and that's the reason why it always acts as support and resistance. So friends, if I have to just recollect on in this video, and if I say the highest high Maruti stock has touched is 9,999, it was resisted that 10,000 magical figure, right? So that is how those figures actually comes into the trading, and they help us to determine a good support and resistance. Now, when the market was falling in 2018 September, the level at which Nifty found support was again 10,000 mark, right? So that is how this round numbers, they help us to define proper support and resistance, right? Then comes the third type of support and resistance, which can be known as trend lines and trend channel. This we are going to cover in detail in the next video, so hold on your nerves for understanding this trend line and trend channel in detail. In short, here I'm just going to speak about them. Trend lines are nothing but the angular lines in which the price is moving, because the price never moves into one streak, it will always move into the direction like this. So if I have to tell you something on trend lines, it is something that it is moving like this, then the price would say fall a bit, and then again it will, from here this point we might see it is increasing, right? So if I have to just merge it, again it will come down, and then from this point we might see again a rise in the price. So this is the fashion in which the price moves. But if I have to draw a line which is something like this, so you might see that it is taking support here, here and here. So this is nothing but what is an angular support line, or in technical terms a trend line, right? And similarly there can be a trend channel, which is nothing but it is a closed area in which the price, so it is between the bottom and the top, if you just join them it becomes a trend channel. So this also acts as a proper support and resistance line, right? Detail of this we will be covering in the next video, right? Then comes the other type of support and resistance. So what we also know about it is called as Fibonacci, right? So it's a Fibonacci retracement and extension. Okay, we will be covering this as well in the next videos which are coming up in detail. Fibonacci, I'll just let you know only something on it. It is a very much naturally available to all of us, because it is something which has been followed by nature, and since we all are been made by nature, it has been followed very well in even stock market, right? So hold on your nose for the video on Fibonacci retracement extension and how it helps us to define clearly supports and resistance level, right? And then comes the two main things, or the two indicators that we use in technical analysis. One of them is the RSI, which is nothing but the relative strength index. Now this is actually the momentum of the market, and the second one is Bollinger Band. So that is nothing but the volatility bands in the market, which is called as Bollinger Bands. So they also act as support and resistance. We cover the RSI and volatility bands as part of our paid programs, where we go on in detail about RSI on almost 1.5 day, and Bollinger Band for the other half day. So it's completely 2 days program where we go through detail about how to use RSI and Bollinger Band, and there are 14 strategies across both of these indicators, which are very powerful. We will be giving you short videos about what is this RSI and Bollinger Band in the next series, right? So keep watching our videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel, share it across your friends and family for more and more knowledge to be gained on technical analysis. Thank you friends for listening to this video.